Our personal information is everywhere, on Yahoo, Google, Facebook. It's on your cell phone. It's on your iPad. Question is, who's accessing it? As technology changes, so do the questions about your security. How do you make sure your reputation's protected online? We're joined now by Michael Fertik. He's the CEO of ReputationDefender, which is a company that makes tools to protect online privacy. Welcome to the show, Michael. Explain how your business works.
We protect reputation and privacy for consumers and small businesses in over 100 countries. Our tools range from free to about $100 a year, and then the high end about $1,000 a year. And you can configure what the internet knows about you. It's actually possible to determine what the internet can know about you and your family.
So it's not so much hearing what other people are saying, it's protecting information from getting out there to the broader public.
Think of it as like antivirus for your life. There's a $100 billion industry called antivirus broadly, or data security. And now our whole lives are on the internet. We live, we work, and we date on and through the internet. And only our company so far is protecting your digital back. So we've been pioneering this new industry that we believe is going to be quite big. We were founded in 2006, gone from 0 to 110 people, 0 to 100 plus countries, and having a lot of fun and learning what the market cares about. They're very much aware that privacy is the next big thing for them in their lives, their families, their businesses, because so much of the internet is exposing our details in ways that we did not opt into. The machine has opted us in without our consent, and we aim to fix that as a company.
And in reading up for this, I was looking through some of these articles where your business is mentioned, and you're right. I mean, you don't think of your information being used in the way it is. I was reading about insurance companies mining how many times you Google a fast food restaurant to see what that implies about your healthiness factor.
Absolutely.
What are some of the more unusual data mining practices you see?
Every time you check into any kind of restaurant, every time you email somebody, every time you point your browser somewhere, every time you surf the web, dozens, if not hundreds of data points every day are being collected about you through cookies and through databases, and then they're being mined, archived, aggregated, and then sold without your knowing it. And every time that every time the privacy settings, or any time a new default setting on a social network changes, you are being opted into a huge new data set. Every time you download an app that may be collecting data about you, including birth date information, even though the app's about maybe a puzzle game. Every time you do any of those things on your phone or on your browser, so much data is being collected about you, and then you are being sold. So if you think about it, most of the wealth of the internet has been around media businesses, and you are the asset, and you're what's being sold. We're now changing that around.
You say app. When you say app, you think Apple more than any other, because they're the behemoth out there. Are there programs, are there interfaces that protect you more than others?
So I don't actually mean Apple. Apps are on social networks, apps are on iPhones, and they're often made not by Apple. In fact, most of them are not. They're made by small companies. Some of them are quite responsible, and some of them are overseas and very much not responsible, and some of them are actually homegrown and not so responsible. In fact, they mine your information all the time. So if you want to cut off that data flow, if you want to restrict the amount of information that can be found about you, if you want to increase the friction in the creation of your digital dossier, then our products, whether they're free or they're paid, are the ones that you can use.
Now, you raised about $15 million in venture funding back in June. How long does that carry you through? Are you going to be tapping the markets again?
No, it's a good question. We did not go out looking for this money. The money came looking for us. The Valley's a small place, and when you have a lot of growth as we've had, it inevitably leaks even though you don't want it to. So they came funding us, and there's still a lot of people trying to invest in the company. So my hope is that we will never have to raise money. We've never had to raise money in this company. We'll just keep growing based on the revenues, and maybe there'll be some more investment to accelerate that growth.